Welcome to the latest edition, we don't know what edition, but the latest edition of the LL Spring Sports Roundtable, brought to you by Substitute Teacher Service from the friendly confines, 101 North Queen Street in downtown Lancaster. My name is Mike Gross. I'm the host. He is Jeff Reinhardt. He's the man.
Hey.
And we've seen kind of a theme of this show this week, I think, is going to be the cream rising to the top, and things are starting to get decided. Well, in one of our sports, a league championship has been decided.
Yes. Wow.
That brings us to tennis and Rhines.
Real trophies and medals have been handed out here as we reach the end of April. Boys tennis. Team championships are up first this week. Lancaster Country Day repeats. Cougars, we had a feeling that they were going to have a huge postseason, and they kicked it off on the right foot. Country Day 3, Cedar Crest 1 in the boys tennis team championship.
Country Day won the 3 singles.
They won the 3 singles. Niall Abadir wins, Michael Georgelis wins, Freddie Bloom wins. So that clinched it for them. It was a rematch from last year's final, and Country Day beat Crest last year as well. So back-to-back team titles for Country Day. District team tournament starts next week. We'll see if Country Day can win there. LL singles and doubles tournament gets started this week, Thursday, Friday. Finals are next Monday. Here are some top seeds. A lot of familiar names here. Let's drop some names. 3A singles. Number 1 seed is Cooper Lehman from Hempfield, sophomore. He won it last year as a freshman. He's out to repeat. In 2A, Niall Abadir, defending champ from Country Day. He'll be the kid to beat in 2A. Doubles, 3A. Hempfield, Lehman and Eric Jordan from Hempfield. They will be the number 1 seed. 2A doubles, defending champs. Abadir and Bloom from Country Day. So Thursday, Friday, Monday, hearing there might be some weather in the forecast. We'll see if any of that gets moved. But LL singles and doubles coming up over the next couple of days. And tip of the cap to Country Day for winning the team title. Tennis.
Boom.
There you go.
I'm going to start with softball this week, and as I said, the theme, particularly in baseball and softball, I think there's a theme here of section races clarifying a little bit, and the teams that have been good have really kind of taken control of those races. Well, Section 1 in softball is a little bit of an exception to that. Warwick still alone in first place. They're 11-2, 8-1, but they lost 2-1 to Hempfield on Monday, and Penn Manor has all of a sudden won 6 in a row. We talked about, maybe this isn't quite what Penn Manor's been the last couple of years. Well, all of a sudden they've won 6 in a row, and guess who goes where tonight? Warwick to Penn Manor.
Wow, that's a big game.
Yeah, that race has gotten better, and they play that's only the second meeting between the two. They will do it again on the last day of the regular season. So that's Section 1. Section 2, Solanco, really rolling. Only 1 loss. Everybody else has at least 3 in the section. Now they do go to Elizabethtown, who is shares second place, goes to Solanco Friday. So it could tighten up a little bit, but Solanco has been pretty dominant. Except for their 1 loss, they got 10 run ruled by LS, who is like a 500 team in the section. So anyway, that's where we are. In Section 3 and 4, we have dominant teams. Donegal, 9-0 in the section, 12-2 overall. Kind of rolling. Manheim Central is second, but Donegal has handled them pretty well twice. And on Monday, 11-5 win over Central. Bella Mackinson, 2 home runs.
And more RBIs.
Went deep twice in that game. And they have the B-Sinker kid, who is a very good pitcher. Donegal really rolling. In Section 4, Northern Lebanon, same thing. Yeah, 11-2 overall and undefeated in the section, a couple of games clear. Dave Byrne told us that this was going to happen, and it's happening. On Friday, they beat Lancaster Catholic 12-2. Now listen to some of these numbers. The third baseman, Addison Kubica, 3 for 4, 3 RBI. Center fielder, Brooke Beamersdorfer, 4 for 4, 3 RBIs. Ooh. Pitcher, Addison Hollenbach, 3 for 4, 2 RBIs, 2 runs. Right fielder, Kiera Ansbach, 3 for 5, 2 RBIs. Ooh. And catcher, Carly Umbro, a 2-run double. None of those kids are seniors.
Wow. Bringing the sticks.
Kubica, the third baseman, is a freshman. Hollenbach, the pitcher, is a freshman.
Wow.
The catcher, Umbro, is a sophomore.
Wow. Like
they're in pretty good shape. Yeah. So yeah, that's softball.
Nice. Okay. How about volleyball?
How about it?
Okay, let's chat volleyball. Good stuff. Saw Warwick on Tuesday play Cedar Crest in that big Section 1 match. Cedar Crest was looking for a signature win, another signature win. They beat Hempfield earlier, but Warwick took care of business. Crest took a set, tied it up 1-1, but Warwick came back.
I was following along with you on that one.
Yeah, it was a good match. Yeah. Cedar Crest is legit. They are good. This isn't fluky. They can really play.
Who's the coach? I don't know.
Monica Schaefer.
And for how long?
This is her 4th season, I want to say.
Okay.
She's also coached
she's
the
been
girls'
there a
side.
little while. Okay.
Yep, she's now the only female coach in the league. Township had a female coach last year. She moved on, so Monica's there. Her dad coached at Palmyra for years and had a really good program there. She's really got it going on at Cedar Crest. Yeah. But Warwick flexed its muscles, won the last 2 sets. They're 8-0. So Warwick is sitting pretty here. They're 2 games clear of Cedar Crest now. Then it's a little jumbled. Hempfield's 5-3. Conestoga Valley is 5-3. Thursday night, see you in the old stomping grounds. Hempfield at Conestoga Valley. Winner stays in the lead mix. Loser is out of the section race. That'll be their 4th loss, and they'll be out of it. Other key matches in Section 1 coming up. May 2nd, Warwick at Hempfield, the rivalry. May 9th, Cedar Crest at Hempfield. We'll see if the Falcons can sweep the Knights. That'd be something else. And on the last night of league play, CV at Cedar Crest. So Warwick's in charge. It's theirs to lose at this point. But the battle for second place and an NL League playoff spot is going to come down to 3 teams. So that should be a really fun finish.
Only
in Section
4
1.
make the league playoffs.
Top 2 in each section.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, Section 2, Manheim Central still out front. Barons are 8-0, playing really well. Garden Spot just a game back, 7-1. E-Town still in the mix at 5-3. Last night of league play on May 11th, Manheim Central at Garden Spot. Really good rivalry going on right now between those two. Good stuff in volleyball. I'll see you Thursday night in Buckskin Country for Hempfield at CV.
All right, thank you, Ryan. I'm going to go track next.
All right.
And this will be very succinct here, but in Section 2, Ephrata on Monday beat your alma mater in both sides, and they look like they're kind of in control of the section race. Although it was pretty close, 83-67 in the boys' side, and Ephrata's boys are quite good. But I bring this up because I want to mention another specific kid who we have a new star who's kind of arrived on the scene here. A kid named Nick Keller, a sprinter for Ephrata, who he won the 100, the 200, and the 400 in this dual meet. But more impressively, I think, in the Jack Roddick Invitational at Shippensburg over the weekend, 10.65 in the 100.
Whoa.
Best one in District 3 this year. 22.5 in the 200 and 48.4 in the 400. He won all 3 of these events in this invitational. And the 100 time is the best in District 3 this year. The 400 time is the second best in District 3 this year. Again, this guy is a sophomore, and he is. Those times are really strong. And remember, Shippensburg, I assume it was electronically timed because it was at Shippensburg, and so that makes the times even more impressive. And Shippensburg University is the site of the district tournament, or the district meet, and the state meet. So Nick Keller, shout out to him. And the other thing I want to talk about is sort of the beginning of the postseason in my mind in track. It's always the Lebanon County meet. Well, that's this weekend. And one thing that's different about it this year is it's at Cedar Crest. For years and years, forever, I never remember an exception to this. It was at Lebanon High, but Lebanon High is doing extensive renovation to their athletic facilities, and they've torn up what used to be their track. They're going to have a new track there. I think they're doing track at the football stadium now.
Okay.
But anyway, we've talked a lot about a lot of these good sprinters for Cedar Crest. The jumper for Anvil. There's going to be a lot of good athletes. If you want to see some really good athletes perform, and just check them out at Cedar Crest on Friday and Saturday. To me, that's always the beginning of then comes the league meet, then comes districts, then comes states.
Yep.
That's track.
Excellent. Okay, I'll do boys and girls lacrosse.
Gotcha.
I'll kill two birds with one stone. We'll go boys first here. Section 1, Manheim Township in charge. They're 7-0. Hempfield, 2 games back, 7-2. Penn Manor hanging around at 6-3. On Monday, Township and Hempfield got together to renew their rivalry. Streaks 14, Knights 8. So Township beats Hempfield this week to gain more ground in the section race. Simon Bowen had 4 goals for Township on Monday. Yep. Notice this on the schedule. Township kind of beefed up its non-league to get ready for districts and states because they should go pretty far. Check out these 3 games. Township still gets North Allegheny, Downingtown West, and Upper Dublin in non-league games over the next couple of weeks to get ready for the postseason.
There you go.
Like to see that. Love when schools bump up the non-league. Good stuff. Section 2, Cocalico out front. They're the lone undefeated overall team in the league. Eagles are 10-0, 8-0 league. They lead LS comfortably here. Pioneers are 7-2. Fun stat of the week for boys lacrosse. Cocalico has 166 goals, number 1 in the league. Cocalico's given up just 46 goals, least in the league. So they're scoring a lot and they're not giving up much.
That's a good formula.
That'll
Just
do it.
in.
That's why they're 10-0. Dolan Burns, 29 goals and 13 assists for Cocalico. So he's been very good. Girls lacrosse. Manheim Township, 8-0. They're out front in Section 1. 2 games clear of Hempfield, 7-2. Penn Manor hanging around at 6-3. Township and Hempfield girls played on Monday. Township girls make another statement. Streaks 13, Hempfield 1. That's pretty good.
1.
Wow. 13-1. Olivia Young, 3 goals and 3 assists. Callie Campagna, 4 goals in the win for Township. Young, check out her stats. 33 goals and 11 assists to lead Township. That's pretty good. LS out front in Section 2, 9-0. Pioneers are 12-0 overall, the lone undefeated overall team in the league. Cocalico 7-2. E-Town hanging around at 6-3. LS, this must be like an offensive juggernaut kind of a team. Pioneers lead the league with 213 goals. Wow. Rowan Kimmel has 54 goals and 23 assists. And Bethany Stoltzfus has 33 goals for LS. Wow, they are finding the back of the net. Lax.
It's a lax fest. All right, finally we go to baseball, the erstwhile national pastime.
Yeah, it is.
And I said at the beginning that a lot of these section races, people, the powers that be have kind of taken charge. I think that's really true in baseball. Hempfield, Section 1, Hempfield just keeps rolling. They keep finding a way to win. They're 8-1, 11-3. Everybody else has at least 3 losses in that section. So they're 2 games clear, kind of heading into the last third. Remember, everybody plays everybody else 3 times in these section races. And they're now up to 3rd in the districts, by the way, in 6A. We're Hempfield at Township. And Mike Gross at that game also tonight if it doesn't rain. So, Township has a chance to make it a little more interesting. And they're capable of it. Township has been pretty solid. Section 2, LS started 0-2 this year.
Yes.
They're now 11-3. They've won 11 and they're 8-1 in the section. They've won 11 of 12. And everybody else has at least 3 losses. So we thought this was going to be a dogfight. It looked like 4 teams in it, 2 weeks ago. Not really the case. LS rolling on. And they're now up to number 2 in 5A in the district's rankings. Manheim Central, 7-2 with only a 1-game lead over Donegal. But the way Barons have played lately, they've won 5 in a row. They kind of had a what their coach Jason Thompson said was a mental reset.
There you go.
They hit a low point. They lost 9-0 to Cocalico on a Friday, and he got his kids together and said, "Dudes, let's just get away from each other for a couple days and kind of recharge the batteries." And since then, they've been very, very good. And I saw them really handle Donegal, which is second in that section, 7-0 on Monday. Very impressive performance by them. Section 4. We've talked a little bit about how Pequea Valley and Northern Lebanon look like they're capable of challenging. Well, on Friday, challenging Lancaster Catholic. On Friday, at Catholic, 9-0 over Pequea Valley. On Monday in Fredericksburg, Catholic 19-2 over Northern Lebanon. So the Catholic lost their opener, and they haven't lost since. They are also number 2 in the districts in 3A. And they've done it without overtaxing their pitching ace, Noah Zimmerman, who I think they rode him harder last year than they have this year so far. So they're in good shape to keep playing for a while. I want to mention a pitcher of the week and a sort of position player of the week. The pitcher is Jared Murray of Manheim Central, no-hitter, multi-no-hit guy last year. Well, he's 5-0 with an 0.86 ERA, 47 strikeouts in 24 innings.
Wow.
That's not bad.
Oh, my goodness.
And if you like that, listen to these numbers for the position player of the week. It's center fielder for Catholic, Nathan Wingenroth, who is headed to Division I Elon College.
Nice.
He's hitting .516, 16 runs, 16 RBIs, 10 extra base hits.
Wow.
11 for 11 stolen bases.
Wow, interesting.
OPS 1.675. I can't even say that's Babe Ruthian. That makes Babe Ruth look like Dwayne Kuiper. Nathan Wingenroth would be our position player of the week.
But Dwayne Kuiper, didn't he hit like 1 home run in his career or something for the Giants?
That's it. That's the point I'm trying to make there, Ryan. Correct.
Very nice. I think this was the cream rising to the crop edition.
Yeah,
Seriously.
It really was. It really was.
Yeah.
That really had, just in the last week or so, that really has kind of been.
I think we're finding that across the board.
And you know, that makes sense. We're at that point in the season.
Yeah,
we're
the
kind
teams,
of
the teams and the players we expected to be there are there.
In many, many cases. A few have come out of it, like we talked about the kid from Medford of the sprinter and track, but generally speaking, that's
this should
really,
make for a great playoff season.
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
all of these sports.
Yeah,
all
I
of
think
them.
so.
The league tournaments and all these sports should be terrific. And we got some teams that, I hate to say but there's some teams, local teams that should do some damage in districts and maybe states that'll keep us busy until the middle of June. 2 more things for the good of the show.
Yes, absolutely. For the good of the order, right?
Some good news. Girls hoops, I'm still coming down off the basketball high. I can't get it out of my system. 5 LLE kids made All-State. Pennsylvania writers. The writers, I'm included in that group. We nominated the kids. Phil Smore in Altoona, thank you. He's the coordinator. He put it all together. Mike's handling the boys All-State. God bless you, sir. It's a big job. 5 LL kids made the cut. Here we go. 6A, Kyla Correa from Lebanon. 5A, Maddie Nyer from Manheim Central. 3A, Bree Dreggy from Columbia. And Mary Bolesky from Lancaster Catholic. And in 2A, Genesis Meadows from Lancaster Country Day. Correa, Dreggy, and Bolesky are all back next year. Correa, Nyer, Dreggy, and Meadows were all repeat picks for All-State. So that was the good news for the week. Some sad news to the week. Good vibes and thoughts going out to the Cedar Crest community. Michael Rivera, junior student athlete at Cedar Crest, football kid, lineman for the Falcons, passed in a car accident last weekend. Got to cover Cedar Crest volleyball Tuesday night. Warwick did a really good job. They had a moment of silence for Michael. That was very nice. It was an extended moment of silence. And you hate to see that. We've seen a lot of this over the years covering these student athletes. Sadly, it happens. So Michael Rivera.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, sir. Very sorry to hear this.
There you have it, folks. This has been the LL Spring Sports Roundtable brought to you by Substitute Teacher Service. For Jeff Reinhardt, I'm Mike Gross. See you later.